Safe work practices by the workforce while working in any construction site are necessary to maximize productivity and safe completion of jobs. In this video, we will get idea about the safety precautions we need to adopt during cement plant construction. Let us understand quickly about how the cement is produced in a cement plant. This will help us to understand the safety precautions in a better way. Limestone is the basic raw material for manufacturing of cement. That's why cement plants are established near limestone mines. Limestone boulders extracted from mines are crushed in a crusher and transported to limestone stacker and reclaimer areas through conveyors. Then it is stored in raw mill hopper and sent for grinding in raw mill. Limestone powder is stored in blending silo and fed into preheater through the bucket elevator. Clinker is supplied to cement mill for grinding and then stored in cement silo, from where it is packed and dispatched. Safety in cement plant construction. Work at height is the major concern in cement plant construction. Preheater is the tallest structure in a cement plant. Mechanical and civil work goes to the height of 170 meters. Floor-to-floor height goes up to 26 meters. Any material falling from this height causes serious injuries. Deploying adequately skilled workers and proper planning is a must to complete the cement plant construction safely. Provide vertical safety net from floor to floor. Catch net below the working floor to contain any falling material. When the floor-to-floor height is more, length and width of the floor is less in preheater building, so space will be more congested. For casting the next floor slabs, the existing floor slab is the space for stacking the materials and to erect the shutter supports. While erecting the form work towers, materials may fall on the workers working on the same floor itself. So, we need to keep materials that are necessary for the day's work and remove all the loose materials. At beam bottom level, we need to tie safety net between beam to beam so that falling materials during beam construction will be captured. Confined space safety. In this session, we will discuss the risks associated with confined spaces and the measures that need to be taken to ensure your safety when working in such environments. A confined space is a space that is enclosed and has limited access points. This can include tanks, silos, pits, and storage bins, among other spaces, such as kiln, blending silo, clinker silo, etc. Working in confined spaces can be dangerous due to the potential for hazardous atmospheres, engulfment, and other hazards. As a workman, it is essential to take the necessary precautions to ensure your safety when working in confined spaces. Here are some of the measures that you should take when working in confined spaces. Obtain proper training and authorization such as work permit before entering a confined space. Conduct atmospheric testing before entering a confined space to ensure that the air is safe to breathe. Use appropriate personal protective equipment (PPE) such as a respirator, harness, and safety glasses. Maintain a record of entry and exit of all workmen entering and exiting the confined space. Depute one attendant at the entry of the confined space who knows and trained in this rescue process. Use proper lighting and communication equipment such as radios and signal lights to maintain contact with your colleagues outside the confined space. Always work with a buddy or a team in confined spaces. In case of an emergency, your buddy or team can assist you or alert others. Follow proper entry and exit procedures when entering or leaving a confined space. Keep the entry and exit points of the confined space unobstructed to ensure a quick exit in case of an emergency. Have a rescue plan in place in case of an emergency. Make sure that your team members are aware of the rescue plan and are trained in executing it. Always stay alert and be aware of your surroundings when working in a confined space. Do not take any gas cylinders inside the confined space for gas cutting works. Keep them outside of the confined space. Remove the cutting torch from the confined space when the work is completed. Remember, working in confined spaces can be dangerous, but by taking the necessary precautions, you can ensure your safety and the safety of your colleague. If you have any questions or concerns about working in confined spaces, please do not hesitate to ask your supervisor or safety officer. Material handling. Structures and equipment up to 150 tons are lifted or handled. Before lifting any material, we need to check the size of the material and weight of the material to be lifted. Also, the center of gravity of the material to be considered. These are basic information necessary for selecting the lifting tools and tackles like slings and D-shackles. Slings to be checked for damages like broken wires, wear and tear, kink, birdcage, core protrusion, etc. D-shackles to be checked for wear and tear and distortion before taking into use. Crane selection requires other information like radius and height of the location where the material to be erected. Both crane and lifting tools and tackles should have valid third-party certificate. Crane to be inspected and certified by P&M department and EHS department. Jointly, slings and D-shackles should have the SWL and serial number marked on it. Before erection, we need to make the access and working platform along with fall arrestor and lifeline to climb and remove the slings after erecting the materials in position. Wherever possible, boom lift can be used for removing the slings. We need to provide packings if slings are taken on sharp corners. Taglines to be tied with materials to guide and control while lifting. Swing area to be barricaded and nobody should come under the suspended load. Material lifting activity to be avoided during heavy wind and rain. Adequate illumination is required if material lifting activity to be done after sunset. Materials to be loaded with stability and secured with trailer for transporting. Trained riggers to be deployed under the supervision of rigging foreman. Only authorized signalmen should give signal to crane operator while lifting the materials. Remember, always follow safety rules. We all have a responsibility to follow safety rules through collective adherence of safety rules. We can march ahead with invincible team.